This is a tough angle. Alright, assalamualaikum guys. We're back with another episode of the UMBL podcast. Today we got two new faces. We got a special guest. We got D1 in the building. We got D1, we got Tokir making his debut on the podcast. But let's get right into it. So first we're going to start off breaking down last week's games. We're not going to go exactly in order, but we'll just talk about the games as we see them. So the first game we got was Mujahideen versus Five Pillars. I don't think there was much to say here. I think we all kind of knew the outcome. Mujahideen, arguably the best team in the league right now, playing arguably the worst team in the league right now. So I think the score is as everyone thought. What do you guys think on that?
Ain't no comment.
Yeah.
We shouldn't even be talking about this one.
Yeah. I think this is pretty brief.
Shout out to Hamza though. Hamza came in wanting to score 25. I think he hit 28.
28, yeah,
So,
but it was on the worst team, so we're not going to count it.
Nah, but
everyone's stats are inflated against Five Pillars.
Nah, y'all gotta respect my boy though, man. He wanted to show you guys he's capable enough to score when it's time.
I want to see it against a good team though.
Yeah. I think they played all the good, like the hard teams so far.
Yeah, those games Hamza didn't score though. But like Hamza understands, like I think he understands when he needs to turn it on and turn it off. Like if Devin's playing good or Adlan or like he doesn't like force his way in the offense. He finds it naturally.
Yeah, he doesn't have a big ego when it comes to scoring. He just wants to win. I think TJ's hurt on his team. He hurt his hand or something like that, so he didn't play. He came in street clothes.
Rashad hit over 22, so
he
came out and showed up a little bit.
Yeah, and he hit a half-court shot at halftime.
I wasn't even there for that game.
Yeah, the early game. All right, next we got Ansar versus Halal Buckets. I thought this was honestly going to be had potential to be game of the week. They were both 1-4, or only had one win. I think Ansar had a bye, so they were 1-3. But they were kind of fighting for to not be in that playing spot, which you don't really want to be in that spot, to be honest. But Ansar, they balled out. Ryan just shows why he's one of the best. I don't know if you want to call him a big, but maybe like power forward.
Kind of like a two-way.
Yeah, two-way, play defense.
He's like a bull.
Yeah, he a bull, man. He's huge.
All he do is just attack.
He's a walking double-double, man, for sure.
For sure.
They needed this win. They were on a 4-game losing streak.
Yeah.
So hopefully this will, pick up the pace back up and we can see a little bit more fire in them next week.
They also didn't have Hashem either, so I don't think Muya was there either.
Yeah.
Nah, he wasn't there.
Yeah, Muya wasn't there.
When you look at their team on paper, they look like they can be like a sleeper team. They got like Muya, Liban, Hashem, Ryan, like even Chris and Ahmed. Those are like, they have role players. They have like guys who can, each player does something different on that team. Like you wonder why they're like 1-4. Because like if you really look at their team on paper, they should be a top, I think like 5 seed at least.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be bottom of the standings. And I think like the top teams in the playoffs, they probably want to avoid Ansar. Like if you see Ansar, you're like, man, I don't know, it's gonna be a tough game. Like you got to bring your helmet and everything ready for that game.
For sure, I think they're a walk-in upset for sure for the top teams. But they pulled out the win. Halal Buckets, only one win on the season. I don't know what's going on with this team because I feel like they're solid too. Like they got Lefty Dang, he can shoot out of the gym.
There's no chemistry though on that team. It's like everything's like if you look at their offense and you watch the games, everything's like forced. It's either Lefty comes off a screen and he pulls a 3. Other than that, there's no like actual set offense. There's no set guy who's playmaking, getting other guys looks. It's really Lefty Dang or bust on that team. Like in the first couple of games, you kind of saw like when they had Jacob Hines and like these other guys who were kind of playmaking a little. Fred VanVleet Jr. They were getting shots, but like these last few weeks, if Lefty Dang's not hot, it's really GG's for this team.
And they aren't small. I think on paper they don't have anyone under 6 feet.
Yeah.
But they don't have a big though. They don't have like a legitimate big.
Right.
No one's short on that team, but no one's tall. It's just everyone's basically the same height. Like Abdullahi's a bit taller guy, but like he's not.
I think Zubi's pretty tall.
Zubi's like stocky.
Yeah.
But I mean that's another team that you don't really want to see in the playoffs if they can figure it out. So.
Yep. And then we got
Hey, hold on. Before you say anything, people keep asking, was Okoye Photoshop?
yeah.
Oh yeah, he was photoshopping that.
He was Photoshop?
Yeah.
He missed so many weeks. So that's,
So who faces? I mean, who body is that?
that's his. That's
That's
his
his.
buddy. We just took his headshot. And,
Yeah, we just added it onto there.
What the hell?
yeah.
Yeah, all right.
We
We
got
just asked for that.
We got photo editors, man. All right, then we got the brothers versus Rahma. I don't know. D1, you want to kind of talk about how this game went?
I ain't gonna lie, the game was crazy because Chase, you know, I know he be hearing and he be watching, so I feel like he knew, like he watched it because he said, who said that he gonna minus me out, Zay.
Yeah.
So then the crazy thing is y'all doubled him, like he knew the double was coming and he still managed to get 40.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like against
Back to
who?
back.
Like against Hamza and them was not expecting him to get that much. But for you guys to know y'all gonna double him, and then he still get 40. But at the end of the day, it's just not him. It's because of the big just kind of took it up. Once he came, it was just it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was honestly the way our game plan was different. I'm not gonna say too much in case we see them later, but they kind of already know. But our game plan was different because we expected the big to be there in the beginning, so we were gonna run a different defense, and then he didn't show up, so we're like, kind of like, what are we gonna run right before the game? So then our game plan was just double chase, let everyone else shoot. And it was working in the beginning. He was struggling to hit shots in the beginning of the first half. He was missing shots. And he was passing to the open guy, but they weren't hitting it. Like, we were letting people shoot wide open and they weren't knocking down shots. And our game plan was working, and then Chase just
the thing
he just erupted. Like, you're on him, contested. He jumped so high on his jump shot, like you can't really contest
it's really
it.
unguardable.
He just shoots over you. He don't see anybody.
And then one thing that I noticed is their team. They finally realizing this is our bread and
give
butter.
him the ball, bro.
This is our bread and butter. Let's do the dirty work. Let's hold some defense, and he's gonna take us to the finish line. And then they finally realized that, and all you can do is tip your hat off to them.
They're a really good defensive team. I mean,
And then the captain, that's my brother. He brings in intensity, energy, bro.
He's a
He's
older,
a
man.
definition of 0 to 100.
Yeah.
Definition of 0 to 100.
man, that's
He's
my
the calmest guy outside, but as soon as the whistle blows,
As soon as you
Turn
jump
up,
ball,
man.
he's trying to take your head off, man.
Got into it Fahad and Dion stuff.
Yeah.
I think there was definitely, I guess, some misunderstanding from their end last week. Apparently coming out saying that we were saying they suck or they're not good enough to be in the league, whatnot. But all we were saying is this is not an offensive team.
Yeah, because there's one guy.
Not taking away anything from their defense. They're probably one of the best defensive teams in the league right now.
yeah.
So that's really what their game plan is Chase is their offense, the rest is their defense, and that's what's working.
Underrated defense.
That could be a problem if Chase ever has an off night.
Yeah.
But as of now, it seems like
He's
it's
been
working for them.
consistent.
I mean, they beat Mujahideen, one of the top teams. They beat Rahma, right now.
They
projected
beat the
number
2
3,
teams
so-
that were undefeated.
Yeah.
Right. So it's working for them. It's just they need to be prepared just in case Chase has a bad game.
I think the second guy, if they have a second scorer, low-key it probably has to be Suli. Like, Suli's, if they're going to have a second guy that's going to come along for the ride, it's probably going to need to be Suli, I think, if they're going to go deep. But
I talked to Suli the other day, and he was saying that, like, his job, that's not his job.
it's not his job. Yeah.
His job is to guard the
the
best
top
guy.
Right.
And just lock him down, play defense, get rebounds. And
that's how you win
just be
games,
focused.
right?
But that's how,
You
Play your
find
role.
out what your
Right.
role is in the beginning and do your thing.
The team's built around Chase well. Like,
For sure.
it's like they have like so many hustle guys, so many grit guys. Like when we played against the brothers, I think Tawfiq by himself took 3 charges by himself.
Yeah.
And then they have the shot blocker in the middle.
I think Tawfiq played AAU basketball, so he has some
He has IQ, really high
He knows
IQ.
that, yeah.
And then they got guys who can make free throws. Like in the end of that Mujahideen game, when Chase wasn't getting the ball, they sent 3 different guys to the line. Everyone hit their free throws. It's just a very smart. It's a veteran team. It's what you expect from a veteran team: is high IQ and the ability to finish the game in the last 2 minutes. So they're obviously. I think they're the best team in the league right now.
But I've been said that from the jump. I said they're like the dark horse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From the jump, I knew.
On paper, they were the best before the league even started.
Yeah.
So we were let down to see how you guys beat them.
Yeah, because I feel like because for us, we knew Chase.
Yeah.
Because when he get hot, he get hot. And then it ain't nothing about glazing him because people gonna start saying that. But when he get hot, and then you can't do nothing. So you gotta stop him as soon as possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now, we all knew that, and I don't know. He was saying something about something we said in the podcast, but I feel like the whole league has been glazing him.
Really, yeah, like.
So I don't know what that.
I think sometimes Chase is like Jordan. He's like he makes something up just so he can get himself going. He's like I just need my own motivation. It's like
it's all personal.
It's like a game within the game. That's what Chase. And he's just such a tough shot maker too. And I think we're all probably in agreement. He's probably MVP
by far,
maybe unanimous even MVP. Sure. But like to score 40, I think we only had one person in the history of UMBL. Only one guy had scored 40. That was Tijani last year. Yep. And then Chase has 2 40-point games in back-to-back games. Yep. He really could have had 50.
And then not just say the 40s, like it was jacking up shots.
He's efficient.
It's not efficient, bro.
And then they need all that 40. It ain't no like you know what I mean, like dirt time chucking up shot.
And I think this week was even more efficient than the week
because
before.
when you watch him play compared to other players are getting shots all over the court, but he knows exactly what spot he wants to shoot it at. Yeah. And then you can just see like he'll be dribbling the ball up the court, and he already knows exactly the spot he wants to take the shot at. And like he's just so efficient. Even if guys will come up to him, like when I was watching your guys' game, I saw you and Fahad. Like you guys might have thought you were contesting it, but he's like a whole foot over you guys off the elevation.
Yeah. He's like 6'2", and then he jumps on the jump shot.
He's just quick. You know what I mean? It's like because I seen people trying to defend him. Because what he got that's unguardable is his first step. His first step is so crazy. Yeah, and then so with that shiftiness, and then the thing is you're going to say, should I take away his drive? Should I take away his shot? Should I take away the midi? It's like he got it all, you know what I mean?
The number one thing to do with Chase is tough to do, but you just have to deny him off the ball. You just can't even let him catch the ball. Like that whole possession, you just have to be just like on him. You gotta let the other guys.
That has to be your game plan though.
From the jump.
From the jump. You can't let him get hot. No matter what you
when we did that with Chase in the first half, I think he only had 8 points in the first half, but we would full court press him and like just bump him and try to physically wear him down a little. But he just started. He's smart. So like even when he would catch it, he would flop a little, get some free throws, and then he just took over in the second half against us. I think that's. His first game against us, that's when you could kind of tell Chase is back a little. He had like 25 against us, and then these last 2 games, 40 each.
So. Yeah, and I think also Rahma played horrible. I think Zayd went like 0 for 11 from 3. Yeah. I went 0 for 6 from 3, which is very uncharacteristic.
Because I feel like
and Zayd both have weeks where we're shooting over 50% from 3.
Because I feel like, I ain't trying to cut you out, but I honestly feel like what y'all first thought was y'all was just thinking about like let's lock let's lock Chase down. Y'all wasn't thinking about scoring. Y'all main focus was to take him out the game. Yeah. And it just kind of and then you just expect.
It's hard to shoot when you're tired, bro, and you're chasing that guy.
Yeah, but also I think you guys. I don't want to cut you off, D1, but I think someone has to take over Osama's role now. Because when Osama was there, Osama's gonna give you. He's gonna do all the other stuff. Like he'll get all the rebounds. Like he was averaging like 15 plus rebounds. Like 8 plus assists. Like Osama's, like if you look at Osama's pie numbers, he's top 3. So like another guy, like I don't know if it's Dia or if it has to be Fahad, but someone's gonna have to just be a pure playmaker on offense and set up other guys purely. Cause like if sometimes you can't just have like sometimes EB setting up the offense, or maybe you might have Dia or Zayd. It just has to be one pure guy. Cause like you guys have guys who can score. Like Zayd can purely score. EB can purely score. Chicken can score. But you just need a guy who's gonna be willing to get other guys looks.
I feel like he can do it. Diar can do it because I feel like he's more of a real PG. You know what I mean?
He might be leading the league in assists right now.
But I was talking to Diar earlier today, and he told me, and this is we were talking about this. I was like, someone needs to take Osama's role, and he was saying he wants to take over that role, but he said he's still not 100% like health wise. Yeah. He's like he's still like when he still plays, he still feels like the injury. So he's like. Even when his shots are going up and stuff like that, he's like, his floater doesn't feel natural to him. He still says his floater doesn't feel natural and stuff. So I think, and he said going into this league, he signed up to be just like a guy who's just going to be on the bench and not even really play until playoffs. But he was like thrust into to play right away. So like in his mind, he's thinking, okay, I'm going to come back week 7, week 8. But now everything's kind of sped up. So I think Rahma's still a top team. I think Nagib needs to be more aggressive. For you guys to be more successful with Osama out, and it's just really you guys got to make shots. This game was open shots were missing like crazy. But
I think
that's like an anomaly. I don't think that'll happen.
Every shot I had was wide open, and I missed it. So.
Yeah, I don't think that we'll see a repeat performance of you guys shooting that bad.
I think a couple teams had some bad offensive performance.
We'll get into this guy here. We got the last game of last week. We had Mamba Mentality versus Ghost Town. I mean, I kind of said in the last podcast that this is going to be a blowout. And I gotta apologize to Mamba Mentality for what I said. Obviously, they haven't had Okoye has only been here the past 2 weeks, and Mozzie has been MIA. So I thought, without those two, this team had no chance. Both those guys showed up, and it just shows how big those two guys are for this team. I mean, I don't know. They just been very efficient on offense, making a lot of shots. Mozzie's just a monster on rebounds, man.
Yeah.
He led the league last year in rebounds, and I think if he played every game, he'd be doing that this year. But what do you gotta say, man? What went wrong? What happened in this game?
I ain't gonna lie. It's just when people play against us, it's their championship match. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because in my honest, humble opinion, it's whenever everybody play against us, they want to bring out they want to bring out their best. Because I feel I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, because I told him straight up we're gonna lose, but I ain't gonna talk about why. But it is what it is. But you just gotta tip your hat off and say, they won.
100%.
Bad offense too.
It shows. With Okoye and Mozzie there, that's 2 starters right there.
Right.
With them being on half the season, there's a reason why Mamba's been losing. But also, I was looking at Ghost Town stats there. Zach had 1 point. That can't happen.
It was a free throw too. Yeah. And I was gonna talk about that. He was just
he just came
the
back
day before.
Italy.
He was in Italy, and then I thought he was gonna miss the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then I see him there. I was like, man, what did you hop on the PJ? I was surprised he got back so fast.
Yeah.
And you guys were up by 10 at this point, and he was like, oh, I might not even play. He already thought the game was over. So I think his mind he might have still been jet lagged. And he just thought this is a bum team or whatever. I don't know. I'm not gonna put words in his mouth, but
you got too cocky.
Yeah, maybe too confident. Yeah.
One thing with Mamba, when I look at them, they remind me of kind of like the brothers, but without a chase. They're all gritty guys, all rebounders. They're physical. When you play brothers, their defense is all physical. They're this exact same thing with Mamba Mentality. You guys got Ish, John. These guys are all physical. They're gonna get pesky players. They're gonna all get in your face, and they're really missing a true scorer, which is Okoye.
Yeah.
And then you got Okoye and Mozzie. That's kind of like a baby. If you compare it to brothers, it's their center Mu'taz and Chase but not really.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of built the same.
Yeah, that was their
That's a good way.
Yeah, that's what I think is and that's another team. I think the whole season, I think Mamba Mentality, people were sleeping on them all season. They're
I definitely was.
They're this is a bum team. People were saying it's gonna be a playing team at the beginning of the year, and once they got their players, they have such a good chemistry with each other. I think this is one of the teams that has really good chemistry. No one has really egos on this team. It's one guy's coming in, he knows his role, and everyone else they follow suit. So I think Mamba Mentality is gonna be a tough team to beat. Whoever plays them in the playoffs, I think you're not looking forward to that game at all. So I think they can shock some people and maybe make a big run.
Yeah, and that's what's got them on number 4 on the power rankings. And
hey, but I ain't trying to cut you off.
Yeah.
Because at first I didn't even understand the power ranking until I watched the podcast and Osama broke it down.
Yep.
And then what he meant, people don't understand. He was saying the pieces that's not here, how it could affect the team. So with Mamba, with the Okoye being there, it kind of show them that they're one of the best.
Mm-hmm.
And which is facts, because at first I didn't understand the power ranking, but until I watched the podcast.
It's the power rankings it's not completely subjective, but there is a subjective piece to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not based on wins and losses. I know we have that up there, but that's just a visual. But it's not solely based on how many wins, how many losses. It kind of plays a factor, but if KC Thunder, beats Ghost Town, then they're kind of a powerhouse that week that's going to be ranked higher.
It's just basically who's hot that week and who's trending up,
exactly.
who's trending up, who's trending down.
It's going to be switching every week. I think the top 3, 4, maybe top 3 won't change too much.
Yeah, but everything else.
But everything else will. Probably the 4, 5, and 6 will probably get flopped around the most.
top 5 can change. I mean, this
Any
this
given
coming
time.
week we have Rahma versus Ghost Town. We also have Mamba versus the Brothers. You know.
Yeah.
So that's going to be an
We could see
interesting
some
game.
big changes.
You know.
Yeah. But I'll just kind of run down this just to not take up too much time. But at the number 1 spot, we got the Brothers. I don't think there's much to say there. Chase has shown why he's the best player in the league, deserving of this number 1 spot. And then we got Mujahideen, which is under them. They lost to the Brothers, so that makes sense. Devin, I think, is either the best or the second best player in the league that we've seen so far. 3, we got Rahma. I'm assuming this is going to change real soon, probably, because we played Mujahideen and Ghost Town back to back. So those games are really going to, determine and test Rahma and see like how they are. Because as of now, we've only played one of the top 4 teams. So the next 10 weeks is really going to show. Mamba mentality. I'm hoping they can stay up here, but.
It's really if their players show up.
Yeah, if their players show up, I mean, this team has shown that they can be, in the top 5 of the 9 teams. And then we got Ghost Town, which we'll kind of talk more about Ghost Town a little bit later in the podcast. They were ranked number 1, 2, 3 weeks in a row just because they were the reigning champions. They were yet to be beat, and Mujahideen kind of broke that winning streak. So, and they just kind of been dropping ever since, and we'll kind of get into that a little bit later. And then we got KC Thunder. These guys are been very inconsistent. Not all their team shows up every week. I don't know. They just need to figure it out. And then we got at number 7 we got Ansar, which I think they should be higher, but they haven't played like it. Honestly, this team is really good, really solid. I think they can beat anyone on any given day, but they just got to prove it to us. And then the last 2 spots, we got Haddad Buckets and 5 Pillars. I don't think there's much to say there. These teams haven't really showed much life, but hopefully in the coming weeks they'll kind of turn it up and move up the power rankings. I think 5 Pillars have been 9 since like week 2 or something, or week 3.
Since the beginning, I think.
They haven't moved, so that's
They should be 0 pillars.
0 Pillars. That's funny, man. Okay, and then I guess we can go into next week predictions and kind of say who we think's gonna win, that kind of stuff. The first game, this one could be a banger, man.
It can go down either way.
Mamba mentality versus the Brothers. What do you guys think?
It's who shows up.
Facts.
Let's just say everyone shows up for each game, and let's just go with that in our minds.
So
each
the
game.
Brothers big, at least one of them shows up.
I don't think the other
The
Somalian.
Egyptian?
I think the Egyptian will come, but I don't think the other guy will.
Word on the street, the other guy got back in the group chat. So
Really? Oh.
I don't know. That's even more
okay.
scary for the league.
I feel like that might affect the team though, because I remember the big was asking for the ball.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know, but I would assume that's one of the main reasons why he left is because he doesn't like a one-man show. I mean, he looks like he's a team player. Looks like he's an experienced player, and that's just how he likes to play. And I think that's probably why Chase was being held back the first couple of games.
Yeah.
But let's say Chase just takes over. I don't see anyone on Mamba stopping him.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's anyone on that team that can guard him. I mean, I feel like the guards on this team are like really like short.
Yeah.
So like on our team, I mean, like our guards are short too. But then you have like, for instance, like Zayd, who's still kind of like a guard, but he's a little taller, so he can at least contest.
I feel like John.
Oh, I forgot about John.
Yeah, John.
Yeah.
I mean, John's big body too.
He's big.
But I don't think he's fast
But I
enough
don't know.
for Chase.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's not
quickness.
fast, but like that's somebody
But
where
at
he
least
could
contest.
he could go out there and they could send a double where he could be the main focus and somebody else come from the back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna matter. I think you gotta try to deny Chase the ball as much as you can,
Must.
and hopefully let him like, I don't know, maybe like he start missing, getting in his own head, maybe like just try to bother him as much as you can. But I think that's the only way to stop him.
And even coming down to the 2 bigs, Mozzie and
Okoye.
Moat. Well, Mozzie and Moat down low.
It'd be a big matchup.
Yeah, big matchup. I don't know. The way Mozzie's playing, I feel like he's not as dominant as we've seen him.
Yeah.
So I think he really needs to bring his A game here.
Yeah.
And I think they really need to take advantage of Okoye's offense because, generally speaking, the brothers are a fairly shorter team as well.
Yep.
So take Moab from down low, then you have an open lane for Okoye. So that's definitely something they need to look to utilize. Even John, big body, he can go in pretty easily against that defense. So they have the pieces. It's just a matter of really being able to stop Chase.
And then also it's just if that big comes, I mean I ain't gonna lie, I feel like Mamba got it because one, in my honest opinion, it's just if the big come, okay, that's out the window. But if the big don't come,
it's a better
I feel
chance,
like they got a better chance
for sure.
Yeah.
Because that he takes away the shot blocking.
Yes.
So like for us, like we weren't scoring, and then the big came,
it was just too much.
and then he was just blocking everything, and it's like, dude, our shot's not falling. We can't drive. He's just blocking everything.
His wingspan is insane. Like I remember when we played them, I was pulling up like 3 feet past half court, and he jumped from the free throw line and blocked my shot. So I think these two teams, they're pretty similar. Like I said earlier, in like build as teams. You got two scrappy teams, two teams with like centers that are just purely defensive guys and rebounders, and then obviously the difference is the brothers, they have a pure scorer, like which is Chase. Mamba, even though Okoye is like their main scorer, he's not really a guy who's gonna go out there and get you 30, 40.
But not to cut you off, they don't need him to get 30,
yeah, right.
40,
They don't because
they got
everyone's
Mozzie.
right.
You know what I mean? So they got people.
They've got guys around.
Yeah,
It's a
around.
well balanced team. So
No, he needs to hit 30, 40.
to win this game.
Who, Okoye?
Oh no, I'm talking about Chase.
Yeah, no,
Like
yeah.
Chase.
No, yeah, I think to brothers are gonna win the game, but
I don't think if Chase doesn't score 30 plus, I don't think they
are,
win.
bro.
I think this is gonna be a good game though. I think
it's
this is a
gonna be
potential
good.
overtime game. I think,
It's gonna be good.
but this is I think game of the week.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Ghost Town Rahma,
I feel
but-
like this one is.
We'll get
But,
there in
yeah.
a second.
but I think this is for sure maybe a game of the season type of a game.
Nah.
That-
Us
it-
versus Hamza.
It could be up there, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Like that's the potential it has.
Yeah.
But I'm going brothers just because they're on a hot streak.
Yeah, I think I'd go brothers on this one too. Definitely gonna be a closer game than I think most people would think.
Yeah. And plus, you got Mamba coming off a high. They beat Ghost Town. They're coming off. Everyone's all encouraged. Everyone's like they're ready to get back out
The
there.
moment people beat us, they feel like they just won a championship. And I ain't gonna hate. It kind of inspires them.
Exactly.
They
They
could
get
beat
that.
anybody.
You
You know what I
get
mean?
that little
Sure.
extra momentum going into
Yeah.
next
If
week.
you beat
You
the
beat the
best team
champions,
of the past
yeah.
2 years, then
Yeah,
you feel like the best.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think they have no fear coming into this game. Mamba has no fear. I think they have the highest like optimism out of any team going into this week. So it'll be good.
And then the second game we got Ansar versus Five Pillars.
That's a blowout.
Yeah, I think this game's gonna get called early, man.
I think this is gonna be the week that Five Pillars gets
No,
it done.
no.
I don't think it's gonna be a blowout, but we have 3 weeks left. This is their best chance of getting.
This is their best chance
getting
of what their schedule is like.
I don't see it.
And I think the size, especially if Yusuf Khatib shows up because he's been balling.
Oh no, he's out.
He's top 5 in the league right now.
Him and Ibad are still out
Oh,
because
man, that's it.
Ibad's on our team and he told us he'll be back next week.
Okay,
so.
then let's just skip. There's not much to say. There's a
Yeah,
blowout.
this game's
Yeah.
GG's.
Okay. All right, and then the third game we got KC Thunder versus Halal Buckets. This is a must-win for both teams.
That's a toilet bowl.
This is a must-win for both teams. Both teams are 1-4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a fight to not be in the play-in right
This is
here.
the championship of who got the biggest bowl for the toilet.
Nah, man, listen. If we can win this game, and then we play 5 pillars, we got a chance to get maybe the 5, like compete with Mamba for the 5 seat. So
Nah.
this is the biggest game of our
You guys
season.
gotta win. If you guys lose this,
We have to win
you
this
guys
game.
might drop to 8. man.
To win this, to have a chance at the 5 seed, we have to win this game.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. All it is just a little preview of the 8-9 seat. We're gonna keep it real. You know what I mean? Let's just keep it real, bro. Y'all, it's gonna be an 8-9 seat. It's a little preview, so it's getting you ready for whenever y'all play during the playing. So,
No,
so
we're
look at it as like
we're
that.
gonna win this week. This is the week where
Who's gonna stop Lefty Dang, man?
we got no
No.
for Lefty Dane.
Yeah, he'll pass, man.
Is he gonna show up? He's
No,
gonna-
no. We are missing some players, but we have no, and we have basically our starters and then one or two bench guys.
All right.
So
I think you guys got kind of lucky that you guys don't need a big this week. So
yeah, but we have Tawfiq though. Tawfiq is still there, even though Ibad is more of a two-way guy. Tawfiq is strictly there for defense and rebounding. But he's gonna probably have to. This might be his first game ever where he has to play the entire game because there's no Ibad. So
Yeah, I don't know if his cardio can keep
the
up.
cardio might be tough.
Tawfiq
I haven't seen that
definitely
boy.
needs, he
He's been eating good.
this is his potential to get like 20 more.
This is because they don't have anyone.
They don't.
Halal
they
Buckets
don't
has no
really
one
ball.
tall really. So I mean, this could be a Tawfiq player of the week. Maybe
You
25 rebounds.
You
10
gotta talk
points.
to him, let him know, like,
Yeah,
you're just
like,
gonna
he's
stick
gonna-
down there and get boards. That's it.
Him in general, he's just like when I see him grab rebounds, I've never seen him jump for a rebound.
He's so tall.
But
He
yeah,
don't
he just
need
puts his arms out
But
like
you know what it is? I feel like he just tiptoes around
Yeah.
players. Like he doesn't want to
Like, he's
hurt
not
anyone
physical,
coming
yeah.
in. So
That's
I
tough
mean,
to instill
he
that into
definitely
some
needs
guys.
to be much more physical.
I think it'll be not close, but not a blowout. I think we win by like 10 or 11. I think he's gonna shut down Lefty Dang. Like no, he's a pest, man. I think no on-ball defender. He might be top 5, top 7 guy as an on-ball defender. So and Lefty Dang is like a kind of fragile guy, man. Like he just shoots threes. So no, he'll put his body on you. He's gonna be physical, and it's really Lefty Dang or bust for Halal Buckets. So
Yeah.
I think this is must win for us. Our season's on. If we want to have a chance at the 5 seed, this is the game we have to win because then we play 5 pillars. Then you rack up a couple wins, you got a chance at that 5 spot. So it's must win.
So you looking ahead too much, boy. You ain't getting to that 5th seed.
It's must win. So
Alright, and then last but not least, we got, which was, supposed to be game of the week, Ghost Town versus Rahma. Word on the street is there's like 3 or 4 players from Rahma who's not going to be there. We also had quite the negative event last week with one of the players from Ghost Town, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk to D1 about is, we had to end up suspending one of his players for some misorderly contact, throwing the ball at the ref, cussing, which in his defense is I've never seen him act like this and it's definitely out of his character. So I know it's one of those moments where, he probably just built up over the game and just exploded. However, it's still unacceptable, for the league and, there's no exceptions. If that would have been me, I would have been suspended. But what do you got to say on that?
For real, to be honest, TJ my guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just say in the street ball and everything. Even in street ball, he never loses calm.
Yeah,
The thing is, like you said, it was building up. Because every time, TJ, like, who could guard him? You know what I mean? Especially when he goes in the paint, like, he's like a Luka, so you can't guard him unless you foul him. So he felt like he got hit, which was obvious. And then, because at first he kept telling the ref, like, yo, they fouled me. You know what I mean? Like, he kept talking to him, and then the ref kind of just brushed it off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then I went, he told me, yo, talk to him. So I talked to him, bro, brushed me off too. So I just said, bro, ain't nothing you could do. Just play through it. You know what I mean? Because TJ's he played college ball, so he knows how to be physical, when to be physical. But it felt like you said, it was just boiling up and stuff. And then after that, just lost it.
I talked to him too, and he told me, he said, bro, I know suspension's coming. I'm gonna take it on the chin. He's like, he explained to me why he did what he did, and he said, I know it's not justified, but I'll take the suspension on the chin, and it is what it is. And I think this is definitely a learning experience for everybody, especially like for captains to kind of like seeing if that moment's getting there, maybe like during a timeout talking to the ref and say, hey, look out, my guy's getting hit, or you know what I'm saying? Because the refs are humans at the end of the day. They can't see everything. That they're gonna make bad calls, make good calls, but I think pointing out to them some stuff that they're missing, like during halftime, doing timeouts, might help in situations like this.
I know TJ's smart. He's a smart player. So like when he did what he did, sometimes we have been hearing there's been some things going on with Ghost Town and
worry
stuff
about
like that. But it's like I feel like he took the ejection. And I feel like it's kind of like to get the rest of the team to rally around. Like
bring the fire back.
It like kind of lights a fire. Like if they see a calm guy like TJ, it crash out like that. It's kind of like gets the other guys in the other guys in the locker room are like, man, what are we doing? We got to step up as a unit. We have to step up. So TJ is a smart guy. I don't think we'll ever see something like this from him ever again. He's also a nice, respectful guy. Every time you see TJ in interviews, he's always has calm. He always has a baby with him or something. Like he's always like a family oriented type of a person. So I think it was just a one-off type of event, and he was frustrated, and he understands he can't do things like this, and especially being one of the top players, you have to set an example for the rest of the league. You can't. It's one thing for a bot to get a suspension, and then it's a different thing when it's a superstar player getting something like this.
And it makes our job tough, man, because you never want to suspend a player of that caliber going into a big week like this. But you can't let those kind of things compromise the integrity of the league. You still have to uphold to what the league stands for. This is a Muslim basketball league. At the end of the day, when basketball goes away, we're not playing basketball. We're still Muslims. We come together as Muslim brothers. So I think the biggest lesson here is to kind of uphold those Islamic morals and the Muslim behavior.
And I think with that being said too, we have heard throughout the season, some talks on the court, some people have complained. And just keep in mind, one, yes, we're all, majority of us are Muslims playing in the league. Another is we have to show and set an example for, the non-Muslims coming in and not only coming in to play basketball, but looking how we are, looking at our characteristics. So, all in all, just kind of don't forget that after the game, we're still brothers at the end of the day.
Yep, for sure. With that being said, I think this game could either be close or it can get really bad. Being that I think Rahma is only going to have 5 players, no subs, maybe 6. So they're going to have to come out hot and come out on fire. If not, Ghost Town is going to just run away with this game real quick.
And I ain't gonna lie, we need that win because we need to get our spark back.
Well, also keep in mind, you guys don't have a backup now that TJ's missing out this week. So, but I think the rest of the team is definitely going to step up.
Yeah.
Especially after
I mean
that's the thing with their team.
You guys
team
seen
is deep.
TJ, so
Their
you guys
team
seen TJ. It's like TJ know when to turn it on, but right now, like you already know, he's giving everybody time and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like he knows when to step up into that. TJ.
Like I remember, I did an interview with TJ. I think not last week, the week before, and he was telling me like he was kind of ramping his way up each and every week, letting the other guys get their offense because he knows he can get going at any time. So when I was talking to him, he was basically saying he's gonna be good regardless. His job is to make sure the rest of the team is good. And
the offense going.
I think this is a week where I'm going with Ghost Town because I think with Rahman missing so many guys and from what I'm hearing, some important guys, they're gonna have to kind of play a perfect game to win the game. And a team of Ghost Town who's coming off of a tough loss, their captain's suspended. I think it just spells it's a recipe for a blowout. I don't think it's gonna be close at all. I think Willie, and Zach are gonna have big games, and then you got the guys who are coming in for TJ off the bench. I think this team is inspired going into this week. If both teams were fully healthy or fully there, this would have been really. But I think it's blowout, and I think we might see them in the playoffs. It might be a different story, but I think this week it's gonna be a blowout for Ghost Town.
All right, that's gonna wrap up the first part of the podcast, which is kind of like the breakdown and everything, and then now we'll get into some questions that people have kind of been asking around the league. So the first one we got is this Rahma team overrated? What do you guys think?
I ain't gonna lie, yeah. Because hey, I'm gonna get at the same time because you know what people say you guys is biased and they feel like you guys taking shots. Because it's only y'all podcast, it's only y'all and y'all the team. So of course you're gonna be biased for your team. So like you doing like right now, got me and OKC. So it's like it's giving a little share, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I feel like honestly,
we keep it real regardless.
Yeah, but I feel like honestly, y'all not overrated. But then when y'all healthy, y'all definitely not overrated.
Yeah.
Like Osama, he's
with
the whole
that's the main
heartbeat.
Thing.
And then chickens. Yeah.
With Osama, the team is not overrated. With Osama, but now you have no Osama. Chicken's been like, we don't know.
Chicken getting his
groove
back.
He's still getting, I think that the team currently as is if Osama does not come back, it's an overrated team.
And I ain't gonna lie. And then Zay, my boy, I told him, you cut that right. You ain't got no left. Or which one was it? What he got left?
Yeah,
right?
he got it right. So
you cut that right. He done. And then that push off.
Yeah, push off.
The thing with Osama,
they don't call it.
Nobody calls it. When Osama is playing,
refs.
Osama's like a player who's gonna get. He elevates his teammates. So a guy like, for example, last year they had Tijani on this team. Tijani was dropping 40 points for you guys last year. You put Tijani on a different team, he hasn't. I don't think he's scratched 15.
No, and that's what I always said about our team. It's not that we're the most talented and most skilled. I feel like we've always had the best chemistry.
That's true.
Like, and even I was talking to TJ on your team, and he said the same thing about our team. I think we did good of like getting the best player on our team involved the most.
Right.
And Zayd has been the best player on our team and been scoring the most. The same thing last year. Tijani was dropping 40 points.
Because I think with you guys, the difference is scorers can be replaced. A guy like Osama, you can't really replace Osama because he does so much on the court. If you have a guy like Tijani, him and Zayd, you can rotate out and the offense will still be good because they have one job is to score. Like Osama's job, each week he'll do something different for you. He might go get you 25 rebounds one game or get you 17 assists the next game. He plays the game how it needs to be played. Like what you need from him that game is what he's going to give you.
Yeah.
So right now you guys don't have a guy who can do that. So until someone takes that role over, and me and D1 have been saying it should be Dia. We don't know Dia's health, how his health really is, but until someone thrusts into that role, it's going to be an overrated team. Or until Osama comes back, which we don't know if Osama's going to come back or not. So
TBD, man.
He's TBD. If Osama comes back, the team's back to what it was.
I bet you $10. I'm gonna make it light on y'all. I bet you $10. If it's championship, Osama coming back.
I think if it's semifinal,
I bet you $10 Osama coming back.
Look, I think if it's semifinal, we see Black Mask Osama. You get that Kyrie and LeBron Black Mask, and we'll get him back.
Okay, Mask Osama will go crazy.
A scary sight.
All right, another question people have been asking is this the downfall of Ghost Town? Is Ghost Town finally hitting that championship hangover where they've just been winning too much and everything's kind of like seeming like, the same old? Do they need another spark? What's going on with Ghost Town?
Let me answer this one for you. I think we talked about this too. Them coming in this season, on paper, we're like, this is probably the best
Ghost Town
team we've seen.
Yeah.
Facts.
But I think that just it worked out to you guys as negative to where you guys have too many good players. So now, you have people like TJ who's willing to take the back seat. You're not having many players like that on the team right now. So you're having a lot of people maybe wanting minutes, maybe wanting the ball, trying to make all-star appearances. That's coming up. That they're forgetting that we're that undefeated Ghost Town team, reigning champs. So they just gotta figure out on who's having the hot hand that game and letting them take over and taking the back seat. They gotta be comfortable taking the back seat.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't see you guys taking it to the championship.
I feel like honestly, ever since this AI stat began
Getting people's heads.
They've been looking at it too much.
Other than that, we're gonna win. That's all I know. We're gonna win.
They're looking at it too much, but we're not seeing everyone. Also,
I feel like across the league, it's been affecting people too. Though.
It's a league in general. It's a blessing and a curse, the AI stats.
It's a first year. Probably people will get used to it, ramp up, and then be like, okay, cool,
Because it just shows you everything.
There's
But
no hiding. You can't hide.
Yeah, I think one thing with Ghost Town, man, they went from a team who hadn't lost in 2 years to 2 losses in 3 weeks.
No, we lost to. I ain't gonna lie. The only team that's always give us hell is Hamza. He beat us during the first.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, I remember.
And then after that, we beat him in championship and again. But every time we lose, it was a championship. But now we lost 2.
Yeah.
It's like it got me thinking like, damn, what's gonna happen?
But you know what? The league is getting better.
Yeah, it's getting better. Yeah, because
I feel like people are settling down now.
I think Ghost Town was on cruise mode the last couple seasons.
Yeah,
but now this season, someone kind of gave him a little uppercut, and
Yeah.
they got to figure out
how we
got to move.
I think TJ did the smart. I know he got the ejection, but I think he could sense the team was going downhill, and him getting the ejection, I think he's gonna light a spark in everyone.
And I think that might have led to the buildup of
of him getting ejected.
Hey, y'all gonna see a different TJ though. I promise y'all that.
I'm ready, man.
I think it's to where we might be speaking a little too early, saying it's a downfall of Ghost Town because this is a dynastic team. I think even when the Chiefs was one game, people always say, "Oh, it's the end." But I think we're looking a little too deep into it. There's still I think a top 2, top 3. They're definitely a top 3 team, but I think they're a top 2 team.
And not 2.
I don't know about that right now, but I think this week they'll get back on track, and once TJ knows he's missing a game, he'll be back next week. And then once he said he gets that ramp up process, which I expect next week, he's gonna be looking like a MVP caliber TJ that we saw in Ramadan and stuff. So.
And just coming back to everyone worried about the AI stats, because that also leads to the All-Star selections.
Yeah.
Just to let everyone know, the pie chart is somewhat of what we're going based off of, but it's not the calculations we're going based off of. We have our own calculations that we're working on, and we did kind of do a test run a few days ago, and you'll find players that might not even be, in the top 15 that will be maybe in the top 10 of top 10 players. So just to let you guys know that the pie calculations has to do with a lot of percentages and efficiencies and stuff that we're not going to account for. But yeah, there's going to be a whole new list coming up for the All-Star selection.
Yeah, it was a little too complex and too professional for our league at this time. I think that pie is, kind of meant for leagues where like everyone's like, super high quality talent, but
anyone looking to get recruited.
Yeah, kind of thing.
Because the percentages is really what makes the pie. The pie.
But in our league, percentages, I mean, it is a big thing, but it's hard to account for that when our league is still kind of a recreational league. Mm-hmm. Percentages is hard to judge people.
Yeah,
off
like
of,
it counts percentages, fouls, and like
it
goes
fouls,
too deep in.
It goes
depth,
a little too deep, so we had to like dumb it down a little bit.
Or we just made it to where we're focusing on the things that are really important. Not like no one really cares about fouls. And
it's really gonna be how how each person on the team improves the team,
right?
Regardless of their missed shots or their fouls. We are accounting turnovers though, so that's gonna be a factor in there. But it really is how someone has affected the team positively rather than their overall gameplay.
Yeah, and then I guess we can kind of go into another hot topic of the league is the ref situation. So I'll kind of just give a quick breakdown of how I see it, like, being the commissioner of the league for, a few years now. It's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation when you have, when you try to cut costs and like make the league cheaper and save money and just get people to come volunteer and ref. You have everyone complaining about the refs not being good enough, not being qualified enough to ref the game. And then, for instance, like this year, we went all on refs and we paid a lot for these guys. It's a whole agency that we kind of paid to like get, refs to come and ref our games. And these guys do like varsity high school games. They do college games. So it's not just some rinky-dink guys we got. And then you kind of still have people complain, which is okay. But, there's almost no winning in the situation, At a certain point, people just kind of have to just
focus on your game.
Yeah, focus on your game and get what you get. I know, refs are going to make bad calls. I complained to the ref last week, about calls he missed or whatever, which is normal. But what do you guys, think about the reffing so far? And, like, do you prefer we bring volunteer refs, or do you guys prefer that, we get, like, more professional guys?
In my honest opinion, it's like when you have something and you don't appreciate it till it's gone. You know what I mean? Like, for example, we had Osama and Fahad. Everybody, even me included, everybody saying they were bad. The only person I said that was bad was Fahad. He be on some BS. But that's my boy still, though. But other than that, if you really look at it, if you, like, from game in to game out, I feel like they better than the refs we have. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because then Osama's like, I ain't gonna lie, he's the only ref, no matter what. He's not biased, like he could call foul for his brother, even though, because last time, what game was it that D.I. got smacked hard? He didn't call a foul, you know what I mean? It just shows,
crash out on him.
Yeah, and it just shows that he's not biased, showing like, because he could just say, any little touch he could call, but he don't. And then, but these refs, man, I don't even know if they're refs. I think they WWE refs, you know what I mean? It's like they right there, just watching people get hit and not calling nothing. It's just, I mean, like you said, damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yeah. And I think they might be reffing to the level of the league. Like, obviously we do have really good players in this league, but you got to look at the top and, like, the rest of the league. So our league as a whole we're getting there. We're getting more competitive, but our league as a whole is still not, there yet to where I don't think they're gonna call every little ticky-tack foul. They're kind of gonna let people play a little bit. I think the more our league grows and like there's more talent in our league, it's easier to call games like more tight, if that makes sense.
I think me personally, I think I might be on my own here, but I actually like the reffing. I haven't had like every game I've played, I haven't really had an issue with the refs. Like when I was I'm used to getting called a lot of foul calls or shoot a lot of free throws. I remember in the Ramadan League when we had like Fahad and Osama ref, like I was used to getting like a lot of free throws. But like once I kind of understood how they were gonna call the game, it's pretty simple for me. Like just me personally, it was easy to adjust. Like I'm still getting my calls and stuff, but I can tell, I understand now what they are gonna call and what they aren't. So like the little, flopping shooting fouls, they're not calling any of that stuff, but they will call the blocking fouls and the reaches, which that's all I care about, and the hand checks, which is like that's all I really care about is them calling the fouls when you're restricted to move. Shooting fouls are pretty. You can kind of tell what's a shooting foul or not, but what they're really letting us get away with is like the stuff at the rim, which is I'm fine with. If they're gonna let both teams be physical in the paint and stuff like that, I'm fine with it. So, me personally, I haven't had any problems with the ref and with any of the refs. So, I think it's been good reffing. I haven't any game that we've played. I don't think one team got more called than the other team, and what calls they are calling, they're also calling it on the other side. So I like the refs, and I might be on my own with that opinion, but I do like the refs.
I think I've heard both. I heard people say they really like him, and people say they don't. But I think we're only going to get better, and hopefully as they learn players more, they learn the league more, they maybe adjust to how our league is. But on that note, I think we're gonna close the podcast. I think we talked to you guys' ear off enough. I don't know how
Sorry
long
about
this
that,
is,
guys.
but it's pretty long.
Just a quick note for the All-Star weekend, we have 3 weeks left of season, 2 weeks left that can account for your games played for the All-Star, and you have to have played a minimum of 5 games in order to qualify. So if you're not playing 5 games by the 8th week, you will not be qualified to be in the All-Star game.
So what you mean by 2? As you said, it's 3 weeks.
We have 3 weeks left. We're not counting that last week.
For All-Stars. Because we're making the announcement for All-Stars that week.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'm counting this week and then the last 2. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, so this week and then
this
next
week
is it. Yeah.
And then next week, yeah.
Yep.
So next week is your last chance to basically get a chance to make the All-Star game. That last game of the season is just strictly going to be a, seeding game or stuff like that. And it has no All-Star implications or anything like that.
Yep. All right, guys. We'll see you in the next podcast. Thanks for watching. Assalamu alaikum.
Ghost Town at 5.
That was a long podcast.
My bad, man. We got 2K.